Hey, what's up guys? It's Dario from Bluebird, and today we're going to be talking about and brewing Kamwangi AA. For those of you who know me, I love washed Kenyan coffees, high quality washed Kenyan coffee. So we've been buying from Kamwangi Wash Station or Kamwangi Factory for the last 3 seasons, I believe. Last year we missed out on the AA lot, but this year we bought everything that was available and it's tasting amazing. We've described it as big and juicy, which you'd expect from a washed Kenyan, blackcurrant and granadilla, and I actually got myself a bit confused between this coffee and another coffee that we'll be releasing fairly soon. And when I brewed this coffee this morning, I was like, what? Have I brewed the wrong coffee? What's going on here? It just tasted like fresh granadilla. And then I looked at the label and it's supposed to taste like fresh granadilla. So we're in a good space. We've been brewing a lot of filter coffees recently with the April dripper, and today I'm gonna go back to the AeroPress. I think that Kenyan coffees, washed Kenyan coffees, are some of the best AeroPress coffees around, and it's definitely going to be a preference for me when brewing this coffee. So let me share my recipe with you. We're going to do a very simple recipe. 16 grams of coffee, 220 grams of water. We're going to stir 3 times. We're going to be in the original method. Stir 3 times, pop the back of the plunger in, wait for a minute, pull the plunger out, stir another 3 times, and then press for 30 seconds. Nice and simple. It's actually an adapted version of Tim Winward's recipes, or recipe for his cafe. And I think it works really well. So let's brew some coffee. Chuck it. Now we're going to add our 220 grams of water all at once. I roasted this last night, so there's a lot of gas. I think I said 3 stirs. Just keep it consistent. I did 5 there. So if you're going to do 3 each brew, so that if you're adjusting one thing, it can be like your grind setting, or adjust the number of stirs. If you want more extraction, more stirs. More agitation will always mean more extraction. So we're just waiting a minute. This is like the best way to wake up to coffee in the morning because it's so simple. It's just like a minute and a half and you're done. Okay, so we're at a minute. I'm going to pop the plunger off the back of the AeroPress. Give it a stir, and we're gonna. So this is completely pointless, but I'm stirring it.
What time is it?
Coffee time.
Opinions time.
Opinions time. Just a taste. Let's go. Follow cam.
Alright, Danke.
Thank you. I love the cloudiness of AeroPress coffee. Hey, I love the look of it. The look.
It's all about the mystery. Please keep doing what roasters are supposed to be able to do, but I'm fondling with the string and it doesn't want to open. I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes, just fucking up my fingernails. Trying to get this bloody knot open.
Only a roaster knows the feeling, bro. But it's weird, like roasters out there, don't you think it's strange like how every origin seems to have their own way of closing coffee bags? So when you find the magic recipe for opening a bag from Guatemala or Brazil, are you fighting with the Jaguar yellow bourbon
The cool thing
bag?
about Brazil is every bag is done differently.
Guys, this coffee is tasting over extracted.
Admittedly, on my first sip, I was like, yeah, a little bit over. But I mean, there's also AeroPress, and I think that there is a certain element of AeroPress brews that has just got that like inherent, I don't want to say bitterness, because it's not bitter. It's just like, you know, got a little bit more of a muddled flavor character. It's got a little bit more of an intense flavor profile and character, which is, you know, I don't know, reminiscent of AeroPress.
You could achieve more flavor clarity for this coffee. It could be much cleaner.
We tasted the first cup, really good, lots of positive characteristics. But I want to talk you through some changes that I'm going to make. So I perceived a bit of over extraction, so that presented as a tiny bit of bitterness and probably a bit of astringency in the finish. That's a good sign of candy from over extraction. So based on everything else that's going in the cup, what I want to do is coarsen up my grind, and I'm going to do the same recipe again with a coarser grind setting. So let's dose off 16 grams of coffee and go back to the drawing board. No, this is good. What do you think, Leclerc?
Dude, just had my second sip. There's definitely more sweetness from the previous one. Again, I was told there's lack of flavor clarity in the previous one. This one is much more cleaner, much more clear in what we're tasting. The flavors are showing off more. Yeah, much more juicier as well.
The previous one was like a bunch of really good characteristics thrown into one cup.
Yeah.
Where this cup is kind of like
More harmony.
yeah. It's just like, you know,
The balance.
Beautiful.
Very good. So, your AeroPress starting point recipe would be, I would say, again, like we've said in previous videos, if you dial in a certain coffee, maybe go up or down in terms of grind size. I would say go slightly coarser than Magoti washed, but play. 16 grams in, 220 grams of water, 94 degrees, 3 stirs, plunger in, 1 minute, plunger out, 3 stirs, plunger back in, press through. Enjoy. So, Kenyan coffees, particularly the coffees from Kamwangi, from the Kirinyaga region, have always made amazing espresso. So if you get the recipe right, espresso and milk as well. Often people are scared of acidity in espresso when pairing it with milk, but acidity tends to cut through milk really, really well. And if you get the ratios right and the recipes right, you can actually end up with your sweetness being enhanced by the acidity. So don't be afraid to put this with milk, even though it's very acidic. But I'm not going to play with milk today at all. I'm going to just play with our espresso recipe. What I've tended to enjoy in the past with washed Kenyans is a longer ratio. So I'm going to start at a 1 to 2.5, so 20 grams in, 50 grams out. And I'm grinding on the EK. We're going to get lots of extraction really easily. So I'm going to be aiming for around a 23, 24 second brew time. At home, if you were on a normal home espresso machine with a normal home espresso grinder, I'd probably be pushing my brew times up slightly, and I would definitely be doing the longer shots, so 20 in, 50 out, even 60 out. More fresh water is going to give you more extraction. That's what you're looking for there. So let's give it a go. I toasted into the wrong cup. Where's my... Use the right cup the first time. Okay, so let's talk about puck preparation. as you can see here, we have lots of clumps, we have uneven distribution, and what that's going to lead to is water finding the path of least resistance around the clumps through. If we tamped it as it is, this part of the bed over here would be shallower than this part. Even though it might look flat, there'll be more compression here, less compression there. That'll be softer, and water will flow through the softer areas first. We're going to end up with over extraction over there, under extraction over here, and just a really bad tasting espresso. So your puck preparation is as important as anything else. So we're going to use a WDT, a vice distribution tool. We're going to start deep in doing concentric circles and move our way up to the surface, breaking up the clumps and distributing the coffee evenly. And then we're going to do one tap to settle the coffee before tamping. We should be good to go. .51 out in 28 seconds, so the shot ran for longer than I was hoping. So what we'll do, as you should always do, is we're going to taste first before making any decisions, but my gut tells me that we're probably going to coarsen up the grind and speed up that flow rate ever so slightly. Super tasty, but I think we can do more. Let me see what Fani thinks.
Cool. Also faster.
Which I was aiming for like 22, 23 seconds.
No,
But
I'd say
so yeah, I'm gonna go back
it
to
tastes
that.
good. I think it's good.
It's all really good.
It's a vibrant coffee, it's a juicy coffee. It's still very tasty, I believe. Even with the second shot, like I would highly enjoy that if that was given to me as a Kenyan coffee.
Well, this coffee's got a lot of positive characteristics, like that vibrant acidity and beautiful fruit sweetness. So, funny story, I was actually not the biggest fan of Kenyan coffees before I started working with Bluebird. Yeah, they just always had a very weird acidity and flavor character to me, and I generally prefer coffees with like a thicker body and a little bit more fermentation. But yeah, I guess you just have to find the right one, eh? And so yeah, over the last 2 years I've grown to really love Kenyan coffee because of its amazingly interesting acidity, and I also find that the fruit characteristics of the Kenyans that we source to be incredibly present and beautifully clear. So yeah, I'm super stoked to be working with this coffee for another season. Yeah. You guys should pick up a bag off the website. It's gonna go live on Friday.